Natasha.
Debbie.
Show.
The show.
Welcome to it. Just two patriotic girls.
Learning about the world.
So please, don't take us the wrong way.
Hi, welcome to the Natasha and Debbie show.
We are Americans. We're full of chemicals.
And processed things.
But we'll live forever. I'm just kidding. Our corpses. This is not what this sounds. Sorry. Take over.
If you like today's episode, please hit that like button and help us on our road to 100,000 subscribers. Consider subscribing to our channel. It's totally free.
Really, what's there to consider, though? At this point, we're family. We're friends. We're neighbors. We're strangers. We're just random people, and you're wondering what the hell I'm wearing. But you know what? It's cool. So just go with it.
We keep popping up, and you keep watching, so.
Or you're not. Maybe this is your first time. If so, hi, we see you. Just please hit the button. That'd be great. Thank you. Let's just get that out of the way. Formalities are annoying, aren't they?
It is.
So.
Today's video is going to be a little rough.
It's also not.
True.
Because here's the thing. You know, we don't do a lot of the other reactors do a lot of hate America videos, right? We don't. Because we don't hate America. We love America. This is our home. This is where we live. This is where we're born. This is where our roots are from. And, you know, we're going to die here. Maybe. I don't know. It depends on if we're on vacation, then we could die somewhere else. I really shouldn't be allowed to talk today. But either way, we love our country. However, we have our faults. We are aware of that. And I think other people in other countries don't think that we are aware of it. We are.
Yes, we are.
We don't like doing a lot of the, you know, Americans are stupid. Everyone's stupid in every country. Can we just all be honest about this? There are stupid people everywhere.
There are.
But one thing that we hate about our country, because we are honest people, the food.
The food, the chemicals, the preservatives.
Mainly the FDA.
Yes.
Let's be honest. It's not the food. It's the FDA. Who controls everything? The Federal Food and Drug Administration. I can't talk. Who are clearly in bed with the pharmaceutical, big pharma. I mean, it just works that way, right? Now, having said that, please hear this part. Please listen to this part. We do have amazing farmers, organic farms. We have a lot of great places you can get organic foods, a lot of farmers markets and things like that, and they're everywhere.
They are.
So do not think all Americans eat whatever they're going to show in this video, processed junk, all that stuff. Because a lot of Americans are turning away from that more and more and more and more and more. Thank the Lord. But I wish more people would do it.
We have a choice.
That's the thing.
We are not forced to only eat this stuff. There is a choice.
I agree with you. And I think a big misconception of people from other countries is thinking that
you have no choice.
That we don't have a choice.
There's nothing else.
Yes.
And
I'm proud of you for saying that because it is true. Please hear that message from us. If no one else, that is the truth. There are other ways to get things. Now, is it more expensive? Yes, it can be, but it isn't always. It just depends where you go, et cetera, et cetera. Is it harder to find? No, it's not. We did one of these in the first few months of our show.
Yeah.
And I didn't know a lot of it. And it made me really sick and angry. So I'm really excited about this one. American foods that are banned in other countries. So I'm sure we'll know some of them.
I'm sure we will.
And I don't know if we'll know all of them.
Exactly. So let's find out what's in this video.
Here we go.
Most Americans want to believe that the United States is the gold standard of clean food.
No, used to.
But that belief may not hold up to scrutiny.
Oh, the McRib.
From unsanitary practices in mass production to the addition of dangerous chemicals, countries have good reason to give the side eye to imported foods claiming to be USDA approved. That's right. This week we're talking about American foods that have been banned by other countries. Now let's see how wrong the rest of the world really is.
You love Skittles.
Since the dawn of Skittles, there have been rumors about the dangers of eating them. Every one of us heard at least one classmate claim that the red ones make you sterile, and the yellow ones, they give you cancer. Turns out, it might be worse than that. First of all, your classmate wasn't wrong. The dyes known as Yellow 5 and Yellow 6 have been linked to hives and hyperactivity in children. Sweden and Norway have banned the candies out of concern. The European Union will most likely be banning Skittles at the end of the year, having already swapped out some of the dye for more natural flavors. This is because of something called titanium dioxide, which can be found making the colors pop across the rainbow. Research linked titanium dioxide to damaged DNA, which can lead to cancer. While Europe may be ahead of the Skittles awareness curve, America is quickly catching up. In May of 2021, the Environmental Working Group asked the FDA to categorize titanium dioxide as toxic. And yes, before you ask, right now the FDA says it's okay to consume some of that chemical compound.
FDA is a joke.
You can taste the rainbow, but just in moderation. California is home to an ongoing lawsuit against Mars Inc., the parent company of Skittles. The lawsuit claims Skittles are not only toxic, but are unfit for human consumption. So maybe for now, play it safe. Just go have some Swedish fish instead.
That sounds like a great plan. I think I'll go throw away those Skittles that I have.
You love Swedish fish.
Yeah, onto the Swedish fish.
See, I don't eat candy. I don't.
I know, you don't have to worry about this.
This doesn't affect me.
They
Yet.
taste really good.
Yet.
Obviously bad for you.
Oh, let's just pause for a moment. If you have never been to the U.S. and you're coming over here, don't eat our bread.
No.
Nope.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
You won't like it.
It's not bread.
No.
Nope. Don't eat it. And that is a PSA from the Natasha and
Debbie show.
Yeah.
Do not eat the bread.
Don't eat our bread. It's not bread. Get rid of it. Just get it from anywhere else. You're welcome. This is going to be harsh.
Ever looked at a piece of crusty French baguette, be it in cartoon or in real life?
Yes,
but
I have.
Let's be honest, it was probably in the hands of Pepe Le Pew, and think, I can't make a sandwich with that. As great as we talk about the invention of sliced bread, a lot of European countries have actually banned much of what you'd find on America's wide grocer
It's
shelves.
not bread.
That's because we make a lot of our bread not just with grain, but with a variety snap packs worth of additives. Like azodicarbonamide, for example, which helps bleach flour and strengthen dough. Fun fact about azodicarbonamide, it's also used in a spectrum of industrial products, including yoga mats. Downward dogs. The European Union is really against the idea of its citizens eating yoga mat material and has banned their use in food products.
Usually bad.
Pork, the other white.
I would just like to go on record now and say that I stopped eating pork for many years.
Yes, you did.
But I sadly started again. But we do get our meat, and it's all non-hormone crap, non-antibiotic crap. It's all organic stuff. It's free range, and I mean true free range, like actual free range, not that. This stuff disturbs me. I don't like this. We touched on some of this in that video we did like 2 years ago.
Right.
I don't remember a lot of it, but I knew some of it going in, and I remember a little bit of it now. But I don't want to watch this.
Not a lot of people will take the time to get the higher quality meats.
This is one thing we'll agree with everyone in the world. Our food system sucks, the majority of it, because of the government and big pharmaceutical companies, because it gets you sick so you can take all the medications.
That's right.
Meat is a staple of American meats, along with chicken, fish, and beef. From bacon to ham, hot dogs to pork chops. American meat eaters consume about 67 pounds of pig per person every year.
Jeez.
Soo-ee, my heart is stopping. Don't get us wrong, other nations indulge in swine just as much, if not more, than Americans. So why doesn't the U.S. export scores of succulent bacon-bearing boars? Well, it turns out America adds a lot of chemicals during processing. Ractopamine in particular is used in many pig farms to raise porkier porkers. Ractopamine, which we put a dash of in a lot of foods, has been banned in 160 countries, which all consider the drug unsafe for human consumption. This in turn has led to a prohibition of pork exports across the world.
Good.
The EU hasn't touched the stuff since outlawing ractopamine in 2009. China and Russia have been ractopamine-less since 2013. Maybe that's because ractopamine has the same effects as an intoxicant on humans and can cause tachycardia, headaches, and muscle spasms if consumed in large enough quantities. But it is a small price to pay for a perfect piece of the
COVID test. Okay, I eat a lot of chicken. I know some of this.
Hygiene in America often comes down to dousing stuff in a chlorine bath and calling it FDA approved, and chicken is no exception. Pathogen reduction treatments, or PRTs, refer to the use of different chemicals to destroy harmful microbes on raw meat. Somewhere along the line, American food regulators decided a quick chlorine shock was the best way to kill salmonella and other bacteria on.
Yes, and why? Why did they think this?
I know.
Like, what is their thought process?
And more like, why haven't they come up with something different? They
Yeah,
know
like
it's bad.
what most of the world does, which isn't this crap.
You know it's bad. You know it's not good for people.
They don't care.
Why do you keep doing it?
Because they don't care.
Clearly they don't. And clearly, like you said, go ahead and get sick. We'll give you more
I
chemicals.
want to know what those
Let it
people
go.
are. Don't you want to know what those people are eating? The ones that come up with this?
Yeah.
You know they're not eating this.
No.
No.
Mm-mm. They'd be like,
No. We have friends that like go to farms and stuff. They'll buy an entire cow
Mm-hmm.
and you know, have it set in like their freezers and stuff like that. And I'm sure that happens in other countries too. But we don't eat beef, and we don't eat beef because of the factory farming in this country. And that's why I stopped eating pigs, pork, chicken. I just did the whole free range chicken thing.
Exactly.
Oh god.
On uncooked poultry. Chlorine marinade.
Gross.
And look, it's not that the EU is against taking a long gulp from the public pool now and then. In fact, the risks posed by chlorine consumption are relatively low. The bigger concern is that the chlorine baths are just an eye-burning Band-Aid on a larger problem. The tip of the beak, so to speak. They're worried that the PRTs are insufficient to deal with more than just the normal bacteria and don't get at a potential contamination from things like low-quality feed to unsanitary coops on farms.
Yeah.
The EU called the chlorine rinse an easy fix, arguing no chemical rinse will ever remove all bacteria from meat heavily contaminated as a result of poor hygiene. That hurts extra to hear it from the French.
Oh,
joy.
Definitely gonna be bad.
I don't drink it. I don't drink it.
No, neither one of us drink it. It's been a very, very long time since I was a teenager, since I was.
Oh, I never liked the
drinking
stuff. There's a thing called Mountain Dew Mouth, and that's in like the Appalachian Mountains, where people, mostly like coal miner area and stuff like that, we're not making a lot of money, and we're working ridiculously long hours. We're exhausted, so they drink a lot of Mountain Dew.
Get the caffeine, stay awake.
Well, it has more caffeine in it than other pops.
Yes.
And it has also stuff that leaches the calcium out of your bones. It's good for you. But yeah, a lot of those people have no teeth or missing teeth, tooth decay because of Mountain Dew. Hence Mountain Dew Mouth. Oh, Lord.
Mountain Dew is the closest any soft drink has come to being fully weaponized.
I agree with that.
But did you know in Austria and Norway, the soda is outright banned?
I didn't.
That's because Mountain Dew's signature Chernobyl radiant hue comes from tartrazine, also known as yellow 5. And if your ADHD hasn't kicked in yet, you'll remember that color and number from the Skittles section earlier.
Oh, I
It's
did.
been linked to headaches, hyperactivity, and the desire to be annoying to other people. Ironically, the qualities that make Mountain Dew a soda non gratis in other countries is exactly what the brand promotes, a frenetic, over-caffeinated lifestyle. Do the do. Baja Blast. Woo-hoo. And while you might be able to find Mountain Dew in Europe, it's going to hit a little different. That's because Europe spent exactly 2 years in the 90s riding the dew before discontinuing it. What is being sold as Mountain Dew in the EU has a recipe closer to the original carbonated beverage, as created by Tennessee beverage bottlers Barney and Ollie Hartman in the 1940s. The original Mountain Dew was meant as a whiskey mixer, with a name coming from the affectionate Scottish term for moonshine.
Yeah.
It'll tickle your innards, is what the old ads used to read. No lies detected here.
Yahoo! Mountain Dew!
Hey, it's you! Aw, you could have worn your Little
I
Debbie
know.
shirt. I bought her a t-shirt.
One of these videos that'll pop up.
Wait, is Little Debbie banned in other countries?
Probably.
Nuh-uh. Oh,
Apparently.
no.
Little Debbie has been providing Americans with comfort snack food since the 1960s.
You have provided me with comfort snack food since... Never mind. What? Sorry.
Back to the video.
With their variety of zebra cakes, star
nasty,
crunches,
though.
nutty bars, fudge rounds, and cosmic brownies. But their big claim to fame, as anyone who has ever had their lunch packed by a parent can attest, is the Little Debbie Swiss Rolls.
I hate those
a
things.
mixture of
I don't
rich
like them
chocolate cake and butter creamy filling.
Okay, I'm scared. Because for the longest time in my household, this is all we had to
Those
eat.
were in there.
You know
Yep,
that.
Yes.
My dad was obsessed with these stupid, disgusting, tasteless,
Yep.
crappy things.
I wasn't really into the sweet Swiss rolls, and you just said you weren't either.
And the oatmeal cream pies, I hated those too. Those are the two things that I could tell you right now, growing up in my house, you would find. If you couldn't find anything else, there's those two. Oh, Lord. I unfortunately had to eat a lot of these when I was younger because I didn't have a whole lot else to eat.
If that's all you have.
I didn't grow up rich. I'm not rich now. But
at least we're not eating these now.
I'm rich in love. No?
That was sweet. Thank you.
Over 900 million cartons of Little Debbie products are shipped each year, but none of those cartons go anywhere near Austria or Norway.
Smart.
Blame those rascally additives, yellow 5 and red 40.
Just food coloring?
Swiss rolls contain 32 milligrams of dye per product, and in those quantities, they've been shown to have an adverse effect on children. And we're not just talking about causing hyperactivity, although one study found that cutting all artificial food coloring from diets may be 1/2 as effective as prescribing kids Ritalin. And while we can't prove there's a direct connection between artificial food coloring and cancer, they do cause damage to white blood cells, causing them to mutate after only 3 hours. Exposure to these dyes could cause tumor cells to multiply way more rapidly. For that reason, researchers say a high chronic intake of food colorings throughout the entire life is not advisable.
Okay, but that's just food coloring. That's nothing specific about Little Debbie's. That's in a lot of things, right?
Would think so, but I guess it's that specific food coloring that is in that specific food.
I guess, but I'm glad you're not fully banned. That's one of my nicknames for her, Little Debbie Snack Cakes. Don't you dare call her that.
Please don't. Remember, respect in the comments.
Yes, please.
If only they weren't so delicious. Surprisingly, you can buy Little Debbie's Swiss rolls in the EU.
Don't buy them.
But they come with warning labels advising parents of the potential dangers to kids. You know, like cigarettes.
Okay, I'm just going to say this right now, and I've said this before, and I don't care if I make anybody mad. However, in the UK, the sugar tax, like we talked about before, putting in the artificial sweeteners in your drinks is much worse for you than the sugar, the regular sugar. It is. Look it up, please.
Yes.
You're more likely to have strokes, Alzheimer's, heart disease, all kinds of issues. And we've banned some of that here, but the artificial sweeteners are very dangerous. So don't just point at us.
Yep.
We suck at this. We know that. We admit it. But there are other countries that put enough processed crap too, in Europe as well. We're not the only ones that do it. So,
and when you Google that, don't just go to the first page. Look around and check it out.
Look at the facts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look at
research the facts on that.
Yep. Because it's actually yeah. But anyway, back to the video. Oh, I don't like cereal because it scares me.
When you hear the words banned breakfast cereal, you're probably imagining one of the countless kid-focused brands of sugary morsels, like the oh-so-delicious Cookie Crisp. So you might be surprised to learn that it's actually Special K, the most boring cereal on all of the earth, that has been banned in Denmark and discouraged in the EU. How does the healthiest box of flakes on the shelf get banned?
Yeah,
while
true.
Stuff like Reese's Puffs and Cinnamon Toast Crunch continue to enjoy free passage.
Yeah, that's not
Ironically,
bad.
because of its supposed health benefits. In the UK, Special K has been put on blast by the Advertising Standards Authority for exaggerating how much folic acid they pack into portions. Though it's still legal to buy in Europe, Denmark has completely banned Special K since 2004 for all its fortified vitamins and minerals. Regulators argue that Kellogg's cereal's unnaturally high levels of everything from vitamin A to zinc actually qualify Special K as a genetically modified organism, or GMO.
Oh, that's interesting.
More specifically, Special K is swole with the same artificial compounds that studies have shown to potentially pose health risks, specifically to children and pregnant women. In conclusion, you may want to stick with Crunch Berries.
Okay.
I'm not watching cows.
You don't need to take a transcontinental flight to visit countries that have banned American foods. Just drive up to the Canadian border, flash your passport, and sign an affidavit saying you're not smuggling any steak tartare in your trunk. Today, consuming raw meat has fallen out of fashion in the U.S., much like other foods like veal and pate, which don't make you sick but might make you sad.
Yeah, this makes me sad.
But while baby cow and overstuffed goose liver is illegal in parts of America now, tartare is not.
What?
See, while veal and pate may be
Really?
That's not illegal here?
I guess it's definitely not common.
What was all this crap earlier about the chlorination with the chicken and stuff so you don't get salmonella and all that crap? But here, have some raw beef.
Yeah.
Are you freaking kidding?
What?
I've never known anyone to ever eat that in my life.
No.
I don't know any place you can buy that, but I had no idea that was legal here.
Interesting. Did not know this.
Okay, let me just hear this.
And cool, they are also served hot. Unlike tartare, which is chopped up cold meat, straight from the cow.
Nasty.
Undercooked or raw foods can lead to an increase in food poisoning and parasitic infections, especially in beef and poultry.
Duh.
Considering how fancy pants steak tartare is, Titanic food one might say, you'd think countries might look the other way and let the luxury delicacy slide. And for a long time they did. In Canada, meat has to reach an internal temperature of 145 degrees Fahrenheit, equivalent to a medium rare steak, in order to be considered safe to serve. But those rules aren't strictly enforced. That is, until recently. In 2021, restaurant owners in New Brunswick selling steak tartare were all served cease and desist letters. Canadian public health officials had decided that amid the ongoing health crisis of COVID-19, the last thing their citizens needed was a side order of botulism.
It's true.
Well, what are you doing with my Coke? Although I'm a Dr. Pepper person.
Is there anything more American than Coca-Cola? The fizz, the flavor, the former secret ingredient, cocaine. Coke is basically apple pie in beverage form. And it's not just Americans who are cuckoo for Coke. Invented by a pharmacist in 1886 Georgia, Coca-Cola quickly caught on overseas. It was the World War II GI's drink of choice. Pre-pandemic, Coca-Cola had 500 brands in over 200 countries, making it the best-selling soft drink and one of the most recognizable brands of all time. But there will always be exceptions. And unlike the other entries on the list, for once, it has nothing to do with health concerns. Everybody knows that Coke is not good for you.
Duh.
We just decided collectively that we don't care. No, the countries that have outlawed the brand have done so because of what it represents, a symbol of the encroachment of American capitalism.
Seriously?
From 1962 to 2011, the U.S. banned sales of Coke to Burma as part of sanctions against the military junta that ruled the country until 2011. It resumed sales in the country in 2012. Today, Coca-Cola is only unavailable in 2 countries with long-term trade embargoes with the U.S. North Korea hasn't allowed Coke since 1950, and the bubbly beverage has been banned in Cuba since Fidel Castro seized supplies in 1962. First the prequels, now Coke. Is there anything that can't be ruined by the federalization of trade taxation? In a twist of irony and lime, Cuba was actually one of the first bottlers of the beverage outside of America.
Really?
Today, Cuba Cola has replaced Coke as the country's soft drink of choice, though black market sales abound.
I bet.
After all, it is the birthplace of the Cuba Libre, aka the rum and Coke.
True. Whoa, no! M&M's, Debbie. You like M&M's?
M&M's.
Oh, it's that coloring.
The delicious melt in your mouth, not in your hand snacks were originally a collaboration between the Scion sons of the Mars and Hershey dynasties in 1941.
Go ahead.
Like Coca-Cola, M&M's gained international fans during World War II, as American soldiers popularized the candy overseas as the chocolate that won't get your trigger finger all sticky. But you won't find the candy in Sweden, where it's banned due to a trademark conflict with a popular national candy that also features lowercase m's as its signature. When Mars introduced the candy to Sweden in 2009, a court ruled its marketing too similar to that of the Norwegian Marabous,
which
resemble Kit Kats. During World War
That's the stuff they just showed much better than stupid M&M's.
Oh, definitely.
What were you going to say about a minute ago that you stopped yourself?
I thought he was going to go on with the coloring, and I'm like, they just wouldn't taste the same if they were dull yellow. It's got to be bright yellow.
No, it's the green ones are the best.
I know.
You know why, right?
Be bright green.
You all know why the green one's a female? Do you know the...
Do tell.
You don't know?
I don't know.
You don't know what they say with the green M&Ms?
Not really sure. Where are you going with it?
It's not where I'm going. It's what we've always talked about since I was a kid. Well, since I was a teenager.
Well...
Really?
It was a different time, so...
Really?
Yeah.
You don't know about that?
I don't know.
I can't say it on here. It makes you excited.
Yes, I did.
The green ones are supposed to make you excited.
Yes.
I thought you knew that.
Yeah, I just didn't know.
That's why I pick all the other colors out of your M&Ms and give you the... We don't even have them in the house.
War I, Marabou had moved its manufacturing to its Swedish neighbors, where it received a royal warrant of appointment by the King of Sweden. And here we thought the Swiss were the chocolate snobs. Should you want to check out what the fuss is all about, Marabou's is sold in IKEA stores here in the U.S. Well, at least it's good to know that M&Ms don't contain any harmful dyes or chlorine residue, right?
Wait for it.
That's a pretty important victory for hard-shelled chocolate.
Really? Well, It's always fun to hear the bad stuff.
It is.
But thankfully, I don't eat any of that, do I? Oh, yeah, the Little Debbie, like the honey buns, though.
Yeah.
Those are good. Those are tasty.
Yeah, that wasn't right in the video, though. I wonder if
But
it's
Little
still
Debbie brand. Yeah, it really
affects
wasn't.
it because it doesn't have the coloring.
That's true.
So maybe you're safe there on that one anyway.
The meat we eat is all safe, good stuff from like local places
Yes.
that don't have crap in them.
Yes.
One thing that there's these lists are similar a lot. They should put in these lists, and I don't know if they're banned in other countries. I would hope they are. Sodium nitrites, which are in most lunch meats, like deli meats. And we specifically don't get that for that reason, because that's in almost every frozen food item. I want to know if those are banned anywhere else. That is a direct link to Alzheimer's.
That does.
Sodium nitrite, and it's bad in other ways too. But that's some of your thoughts. We're just asking you to be respectful, because again, like I said, we're not the only country that has bad stuff in our food. We know that.
Exactly. And we do know these things. And although that these are readily available for anyone, it can easily be sourced to go get good, natural, healthy foods.
Yes.
It's all a matter of choice and
education.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to defend our hellacious food. And quite honestly, I thought there'd be a lot more on this list, and there should be more things on this list. But it's something we can do better as a nation, and I hope that we do that. I think we're on that road. I really do.
Yes, it's just getting it there.
Yeah.
To the FDA.
I'm gonna get rid of them, and a whole new thing needs to come up. But if you guys enjoyed this episode, please hit the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. And are there foods you hate that you don't eat in your own countries? Let us know. Have you ever had steak tartare?
Oh, interesting question.
I'm curious. I don't know anyone that has.
I don't either.
Yeah. And thanks so much for watching today, guys. We appreciate you, and we'll see you back in a couple days. So until then, as always, please love like jazz.
Be as strong as Tyson.
Bye-bye.
Bye.